Hey, I'm Mark.
And I'm Andrew.
And we're Hammock. And we're here to talk about our new record, The Second Coming Was a Moonrise. And this is our friend
Emery. And I've been working with these guys for the past few years. And I've mixed From the Void, Nevertheless, and this new album as well.
So we thought that what we would try to do is isolate some tracks and let you guys hear some of the things that probably get lost sometimes because of our wall of sound approach. This is the collab that we did with the Flaming Lips called Chemicals Make You Small. It was originally written around the time of Love in the Void, and we recorded the drums where we recorded the drums for Love in the Void at a studio called Trace Horse.
Jake Finch
Jake
doing
Finch
drums.
Doing all the drums. Scotty and Preston, younger guys, are engineering it. The way that this kind of came about is just we had noticed that Wayne had liked some of our things online, and we reached out to ask him to sing because it was mainly the bridge section of the song that got us to want to ask them to be a part of this because it has a kind of psychedelic 70s Pink Floyd type thing going on. So it starts out with Steven's keyboards. There you go. We added a little bit of something right there. We had a little bit of a reverse delay to it. And that's a very cool Wayne moment here that happens throughout the song. Shooting from left to right. And then what we originally asked them to do was we asked them to just sing their big kind of harmony thing that they do, that kind of, 70s type, almost prog rock type sounding harmony thing that they do, only on the bridge is where we wanted it. And as they started working on it, they decided that they wanted to sing the whole song. And
add some keys.
And add some keys.
Yeah, Steven did an amazing job with those keys.
Yeah, it's very cool. And this is their... That's just the Flaming Lips vocals. This is everything that they did combined. And we have a really cool Steven moment. He did some string pads, which is really beautiful.
First time we heard these, we just looked at each other like,
yeah, couldn't believe it.
What else?
Like, that's
what
really,
else can you do?
That really sounds like the Flaming Lips. They added this part, which to emphasize the lyric, crashing to the ground. I was really happy with the lyric that I wrote, and I could tell they paid attention to it because they added this great dramatic effect to it. Crashing to the ground. That edit right there, that cutoff that's so immediate and sudden, was their idea. That was originally longer. And
yeah, we had another 4 bars.
Yeah, I think 4 or 8
before we
bars.
actually got into the bridge section. So.
Yeah. And then they did. This is where they actually ended up doing what we originally asked them to do, was just the bridge. did more.
Yeah, they did.
And there's a little dive, like a dive bomb kind of thing, and isn't that you, Andrew, on you're on like the lap still? Yeah, you played lap still on this, which is pretty cool. That little dive. And then what we have up here is once again our little buddy Matt Kidd and me playing acoustics together. One's a 12-string on one side, and then there's a tune one way. I can't remember. I think it was D-A-D-A-E. And then Matt's playing standard.
The kid was in standard for sure.
He's playing standard on the other side on a 6-string. Very lush. This is Andrew's vocal and my wife's vocal. Where she adds this.
She's magic.
She also added this. And Emery makes a little appearance in this. He's singing along with me. Let's play some of our guitars. And this was a mixture of recording at my house and Tracer's. Hey, Emery, did you add something to one of the voices? Yeah, that's really great what you did. Didn't you do that in other parts, or is that all?
Yeah, there's a track of just some automated delay lines.
Right.
That's kind of in there. And that one I just cranked it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. Let's see. Yeah, menacing. Very nice. Nice. Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really, really cool, Emery. You know, man, I was thinking maybe you should start doing this for a living. You think about it?
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, 2027.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's just really, really great.
Yeah, I like the way that bounced around with the drums.
Yeah, I thought originally that it was the drums. I thought like you had done like a dub kind of thing, you know, and automated that, but it's the vocal. Before we get to the drums, listen to these guitars on the out, which kind of has, the bridge has got this lush kind of approach, but this is a little bit more chaotic. To create that swell.
Yeah.
It was like that pink shoegaze pedal, like specifically for that. And it has that weird Kevin Shields pitch changing, bending effect. And then those distortions were recorded at tSCWaM. We used Euro Marshall and what was the other one that we were using? Was it a Vox? No, we had a Vox, and then we also had a Fender. Recorded in a big, gigantic drum room. And so the drums on this are really kind of a cool journey because there's I think 3 different sets on here. Is he using his piccolo right there?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
And he kind of built a loop.
He built a loop.
This.
Yeah, and they ran it through pedals. They used some plugins, but some of these loops were built using pedals. And then it kicks in.
A little more, but not all the way. Mm-hmm.
That's a loop.
The percussion in there.
Yeah, the percussion in there is looped. And then
there it is.
Full. That's. I think the drums that we got at tSCWaM with that big room and all the mics we had set up for
really
Love in the Void, and it's just
turned out well.
These are really good sounding drums. Yeah, you really hear him. That piccolo. And the loop comes in. Right here.
Yeah, I think Scotty got in there.
Yeah, Scotty.
The decapitator.
Yeah,
or something. I forget what it was. It was Sound Toys, and he just started ripping stuff up.
Yeah. And the first time we worked with Scotty and Preston, it was just really cool because sometimes in Nashville you have guys who have a setup studio and that's the way you're going to use it. But we were constantly tearing down the drums, resetting them up, reconfiguring them over here, and for every song, it didn't matter. They were willing to put in the work to get something creative. And Jake's like that too. He's just really creative.
Yeah, I think this was one of the first ones because we did do 3.
Yeah, we did
different.
And
setups, and they just jump in there.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It was really cool. And because some engineers are just but can we do that later? Can we just leave this one set up the way it is now? It's okay. And then you kind of lose the momentum of what you're working on. All right. And that is The Chemicals Make You Small. And the lyric, I think, captures what it's like to be someone who is escaping through the use of chemicals, being raised in a small town. I love the opening line, face down in the backseat, you immediately get a visual, try and catch your breath. And it's kind of based on a true story where there was a guy in the backseat and he felt like he was kind of starting to either OD or freak out or have a bad trip or something. And he wanted to try to get out of the car while it was driving. And we opened up the sunroof so he could stick his head out and not freak out. So I just kind of started with that visual and then went from there and tried to create a song about how sometimes you feel like chemicals are broadening what you are experiencing, but in the end, they have a tendency to make you a very small person.